Good morning. Happy hump day, you guys. So, there's been a topic that has been on my heart for days now, and it's something that hits home because I've seen it in my culture, I've seen it in homes, and it's women who've grown up with a healthy father figure, maybe a supportive father figure, definitely far from perfect, but someone who they can concretely say was there for me in this way, shape, or form. And because they were there for me, I don't settle for less. I'm less likely to be taken advantage of by men, who pose to like or love me or want something, commitment or long term with me, but then end up doing something completely different based on their own desires, like getting something from you, right? We all know what that is for women. And I'm just here to say, if you are a Black woman in general, and then more specifically, if you are a West African woman that grew up in a home where your father was maybe physically present but emotionally absent, or your father just was never there. Either he left at a very young age, between the ages of 0 to 3, or you just never met him. It was just you, your siblings, and your mom, or if you're an only child, you and your mom. I just want to say that I see you and I understand you. And don't let the content that people are making, because that's what it is. People make content that trends, people make content that is controversial. Sometimes feelings are left out of the content because the reason why people make content, for the most part, some people, is to make money, right? To create a name for themselves, whatever that you have to do to drive traffic to your page and to get people talking about what you're saying is what people are going to do, because that's what works, right? But I'm here as your big sister, okay? I'm here telling you that whatever patterns, whatever emotional patterns you've developed as a result of that lack of male presence, or possibly a mother wound, because we all attribute these things to just the father, but a lot of the times people don't even realize that they have a mother wound as a result of the father's lack of presence. But we'll talk about that in another video if you guys are interested. But I just want to say that I'm here with you. I see you. I'm not going to excuse any bad behavior or tell you that it's okay to make the same mistake, 50,000 times. But I'm here to hold your hand and say that I understand where you're coming from. And if I can give you any advice, I would say start with your friendships, right? Start by picking people who pick you, who choose you, right? Create your own chosen family. Seek therapy. I know therapy doesn't work for everyone, but in some ways it can really help you to reframe your mind and your perspective on the things that happen to you. If you've been through any form of trauma, EMDR is a great way to start if that works for you. I have a couple of mutuals on here that are professionals in the mental health field, and I'm sure would be more than happy to help you explore what your options are when it comes to that. But I really dislike how people minimize and say, oh, this person is a pick-me and they can't do this and do that. And it's so reductive, because if you are a woman who grew up with your father present, clearly you've never had the experience of having an absent father. So who are you to tell her how to grieve that loss, why her actions don't make sense? Like, who are you to dictate that to a woman who's still navigating life according to societal standards, like 10 steps behind, simply because she didn't have this stable father figure? I want you to know that I see the content that circulates on TikTok, and some of it is top tier content, some of it is excellent content, and some of it can be very detrimental to your mental health and your progress as a Black woman who just wants to exist, who just wants to be at peace with herself, who just wants to break generational curses and unlearn things that have gotten you to a place that you're not comfortable in. I'm here as your big sis, as your mentor, to let you know that it's okay to start all over again. Do not listen to or take advice from someone who is not where you want to be, okay? And there's a lot of power and joy that can come out of a place of pain, okay? Not growing up with a father, for some people, simply means that they had a super mom who has been there from day one all the way up until the end, and who has sacrificed so much to make sure that they excel at life. Not a lot of people that grow up in two-parent households can say that, okay? Some can, some can't. Sometimes you just have to look at the glass half full, because if you focus on the negativity and the lack, it will be so difficult for you to heal. And healing is a journey that is not linear. Grief is a journey that is not linear, and grief is not only associated with death. Grief is associated with the loss of the life that you imagined you would have at a certain age. Grief can be associated with the loss of a job that gives you financial security so that you don't have to go back to a family that abuses you or that has tendencies to put you down. You know, grief encompasses so much, and I think we need to start being more empathetic and compassionate in the way we advise women. I understand that some people only understand harsh criticism, and they're only jolted when they hear something that is out of this world. But some people need a soft and gentle, compassionate guidance, because all they've ever known was survival mode, abuse, whether it's physical, emotional, or mental, or, SA. They've known too much of the harshness. And so when it comes to their healing, it's so beneficial for them to get it from someone who is compassionate, gentle, and empathetic. And I want to be that for those women out there who have sought and sought and sought for that big sister that would just be able to understand and give them the roadmap to peace and success without criticism, without harshness, without the I told you so mentality, without the I'm better than you mentality. We've grown past that. We don't need to do that. I am secure enough in myself that I don't need to put another person down in order to feel better about myself. And I really just wanted to put this out there because a lot of the men in our society are failing us. And the patriarchal norms that we've adopted as West Africans, specifically Ghanaian women, have harmed our family structures in a variety of ways. And one of the ways that it has harmed us is discord between, married partners, between husband and wife. And when there's discord between husband and wife, it trickles down to the children. Or when there's discord between man and woman, whether they've tied the knot or not, it trickles down to whatever offspring they produce together, whether they're married or not. And people carry a lot of shame, unnecessary shame, for things they have no control over. I'm getting emotional because shame is such a powerful tool in making you small, making you feel small, making you feel like you cannot achieve your goals, making you feel like you're less than. And I'm here to tell you that the shame that has been placed upon you is not yours to carry. Release that shame. If you believe in a higher power, develop a strong and healthy connection and relationship with your God, and trust in Him or her only. I want us to start releasing the shame that comes with things that we cannot control, and to stand in our power and show up in the world fully as who we're meant to be, broken pieces and all. And I'm getting emotional because I have had to do this myself. And I'm here as your big sis telling you that it is so worth it. I hope this resonated with someone. And if you'd like to see more content like this, please subscribe to my channel. Share my videos. It's Center Yourself on YouTube, Center Yourself on TikTok, and on Instagram. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.